Here is the winter storm outlook for Wednesday, February 24th, 2016. All eyes are on a storm that is headed toward the Great Lakes in the northeastern United States and that has produced significant severe weather over the south. Taking a look at the preliminary data, you can see that there have already been numerous reports of severe weather. Actually, 27 tornadoes reported. Most of the tornadoes have been confined to central and south central and eastern portions of Louisiana on into southern Mississippi and the panhandle of Florida. One or two tornadoes in the southeast part of Alabama, as well as extreme southern Georgia. There has been a significant number of wind reports. In fact, it appears as though there have been over uh, 52 wind reports across most of Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. And the hail reports have been basically minimal. This is not a particularly good hail situation, although where there was some uh, heating early in the day and the ability for some relatively high top thunderstorms to develop, there was a significant number of hail reports over northern Louisiana. But the main threat with this severe weather event, because of the intense moisture, is in the form of winds and also tornadoes. That threat continues into. This is tomorrow's convective outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, and the lightest shaded green area shows where convective or thunderstorm activity is possible. It's amazing this time of year, almost the eastern quarter of the country is expecting the risk of some thunderstorm activity. That extends all the way into northeast Michigan, and some of this precipitation will be snow, and so a thunder snow event is possible over portions of the eastern, say, uh, the southeastern half of the state of Michigan. Snow also is expected over western New York, northwest Pennsylvania, and eventually over northern Ohio, and some of that activity may also be in the form of thunder snow. The real threat begins with the marginal risk area, and again, for this time of year, for New York City and Long Island, as well as southern Connecticut, as well as all of New Jersey, to be in a marginal risk for severe thunderstorms, which could include areas of strong winds and as well tornadoes, is very significant. The slight risk area extends from the Cape May area, roughly maybe a little further north, like Wildwood, New Jersey, on south through the Delmarva, and then the enhanced risk area from the southern Delmarva across eastern Virginia all the way into northeastern parts of South Carolina. What is new and also unusually uh, strong for this time of year, a strong statement from the Storm Prediction Center, is that a moderate risk is already in effect for portions of southern Virginia and central, I should say north central and uh, east central portions of North Carolina. The moderate risk is just one shy of the high risk area, and it is very rare this time of year for a moderate risk to be issued. So we are going to watch that. Let's look at what the highest threat potential is. The tornado threat is in this hatched area, the black hatched area. There is a significant risk of tornadoes, and what it means is the probability of tornadoes within 25 miles of a point in a hatched area is 10% or greater. And also it indicates the probability of an EF2 through an EF5 tornado within 25 miles of any point within that area. So it is going to be another active severe weather day across the region. It encompasses a number of states and a significant population, especially when you consider some of the country's largest cities are involved. In fact, the population uh, for the entire outlook is something like this. It looks like the persons in the moderate risk area, roughly over 1.5 million, over 7 million people in the enhanced risk area, 26 million people in the 26.5 million people in the slight risk area. And when we extend that into the marginal risk area, there are a significant number of additional people, 50 million people. So when you add it all up, it comes somewhere to roughly 84, 85 million people under the risk of severe weather tomorrow across portions of the eastern United States. Let's move on to our models. This is the GF model on the E-wall, and let's take a look at how this storm progresses over the next 48 hours or so. Basically, the main features will be heavy rain over the eastern United States, severe weather, as we've talked about, over portions of the eastern U.S., and some snow over the northern part of the Ohio Valley through the Great Lakes into the northwest portions of the state of Pennsylvania, much of northern New York State, and eventually moving into Vermont and New Hampshire. Let's move this storm along. As you can see, it progresses from right now western Texas, I should say western Tennessee and Kentucky, quickly moves on to the north of Vermont and New Hampshire as we reach the evening hours of Friday. And snow will be impacting the state of Michigan as well as the Ohio Valley for pretty much that entire period. The colder air is going to take some time to wrap into the storm, so there will be a mix of precipitation over the Ohio Valley and colder air moving in from the north to impact all of Michigan, all of the Ohio Valley as we move into the day on Wednesday and Thursday. We could see accumulations over southern lower Michigan ranging anywhere from 9 to 10 inches over the central and south central part of the state to as much as 3 to 6 inches around the Detroit area. The northern suburbs of Detroit could even pick up a little bit more. It'll start out as a mix of freezing rain, sleet, and snow, change over to snow, and be out of here by Friday morning at the latest. Probably most of the Michigan area will see precipitation end on Thursday. The next significant storm is a clipper that comes out of Alberta. We see some very good indications of that on the top map, which is our surface projection. And it shows a few things. One feature is the low pressure systems that form from eastern portions of Nebraska, onto the northern part of Michigan. I've been thinking about the primaries. And by the way, this map and our uh, videos will look at how weather will impact the primaries as we expect the weather to be very significant between now and the 8th or 9th of March, where many primaries will be held. So let's look at this storm again and watch this Alberta Clipper, watch it produce another swath of snow over an area from the northern plains through Michigan, through upper Michigan, even the northern Ohio Valley, and we'll watch that as it then exits off to the east pretty quickly. That by the 1st of March, actually the evening of the 29th of March, we see, I'm sorry, the 29th of February, we see still some snow lingering across parts of Michigan, and that's really associated with a kind of a secondary clipper that moves across the state. The rest of the United States uh, looks basically fine. There's some snow and rain over the much of New England, mostly snow and a little bit of rain over the southeast, but not enough to concern us at this point. And we start to see the storm over the northern Rockies take shape. Let's watch that take shape, in fact, and move these maps along over the next several days. This is a picture of the storm. Let's look at this again here. This is a picture of the storm as we move into uh, roughly uh, 8 a.m. on the Thursday, the 3rd of March, and it looks like uh, we've just seen this in the storm that's occurring right now. It's 204 hours out, so likely there will be changes, but a low sets up over parts of Missouri, and we will see that continue to move to the northeast, producing heavy snow over the Great Lakes, northern Ohio Valley, and much of New England, and heavy rain on to the south with the threat of severe weather again from the south central U.S. on into the southeast. Let's look at one more feature. Another storm comes in over southern and central California. We're going to have to watch that for snow over the higher elevations, and then it wraps up over the Four Corners area, and we begin to see another significant event for the Rockies and the southern United States with severe weather again a threat. The storm center located over western Oklahoma around 8 a.m. Wednesday morning, the 9th. And let's watch this storm quickly as it moves, just like the last two storms, across the central U.S. and then on northeast into New York State. That's a look at our national weather. One more thing, there is another storm that does develop over the Rockies out there at about 384 hours, or Friday the 11th. And from the period starting this Saturday, or I should say, yeah, this Saturday, and then going on through the 11th of March, there are numerous primaries, and we will be looking at all of those states and commenting on how the weather might impact voter turnout in all of those states. I want to direct your attention just beneath the video. We are launching for the public and for companies who are impacted by the weather our Storm Avenger app. It's the best deal in town if your business is affected by weather. Buy the primary app, try it out for $450 between now and the end of April. It's personalized, customized for your business. We'll learn all of the key indicators for your business, the operational thresholds, and put out special warnings. Our own alert system you will be able to share in and have contact 24/7 with our meteorologists, both by phone and by text. We also provide everything on this app from predictive radar, current conditions, a 14-day text outlook, our text warnings. The list goes on, and we can customize it for you. If you are an individual who just loves weather and wants to follow storms as they move across, pick up our basic Storm Avenger app. Or if you just want to try us out on a more regional basis instead of customized, pick up our Storm Avenger app, which is available for $45 until the end of April. It again is an incredible deal. Our premium app, which is customized for you, would normally cost you around $1,400 for the 2-month period that lies ahead, while our basic app is roughly about $100 for that same period. So the price for our premium app is cut down by 2/3, and our basic app down by half. So we look forward to you trying out our Storm Avenger and continuing to visit the Winter Storm Outlook page every day. This is our first video. They will become shorter, more concise, and specific to what we will see accumulation-wise and precipitation-wise, etc. We also will be using a variety of maps, not just these. We'll use radar and other more high-res maps that will allow you to see how your area very specifically is going to be impacted by storms. That's why we call it the Storm Avenger. It will prepare you as far ahead as 16 or 17 days for a storm. So tune in every day and you'll see a new video. I'm meteorologist John Travers from Weather Briefings with the premier Winter Storm Outlook video.